Wyre, reggae dancehall artist who hails out of Kenya. Okay, when there are persons who realize that he was going to be on today's show, I have so much requests. Persons reaching out to me and say, "Can you play me Kingston Girl?" or "Can you play me one of the other tracks?" Well, we will be back with Wyre in no time. Okay, so let's get it started. We're going to touch bases with him to find out what's been going on in his world. Okay, thanks for tuning in to the
Fresh Air Productions. Enough respect going out to Arif, Super Cooper, Love Child and the case, and feed the youths pan the scene. Feed the youths pan the scene. Time for the youths to rise up. This is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Feed the youths pan the scene. Tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Feed the youths pan the scene. Tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see. Foundation of the future be the only thing, and the focus of the youths, and whether get a youths or the uptown youths, and it no matter strap on your Gideon boots and ready enough to burn down.
Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the audience is just so pumped in terms of Wyre being on today's show. I think Wyre actually went out and got this audience, because it is that my board is just going insane in terms of him being on today's show. I love the spirit, for the fans, for Wyre fans, and for the fans for this one-on-one music review show. They do not disappoint. They show up every week and give it 100. So all the supporters that are out there right now hitting me up about Wyre, yes, do send the questions in. He's going to be on momentarily as well. Okay? You are listening to Uprising by Wyre. Okay? We aim to please. We do not disappoint. Wyre is going to be on in just a few minutes. But for right now, keep on enjoying his Uprising song. And please send me all the questions, because I got you.
Time for the youths to rise up. This is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths pan the scene. Tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths pan the scene. Tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see. Foundation of the future be the only thing, and the focus of the youths, and whether get a youths or the uptown youths, and it no matter strap on your Gideon boots, and ready enough to burn down corruption, burn drug abuse, and burn negativity in life for the youths. And we no 1% fight anymore, and we no 1% fight anymore. This is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths pan the scene. Tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths pan the scene. Tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see. Your whole life you've been talking about the way upon the door. You've been knocking upon the door of success. For the time you not stress, but the pay off it come for all you working. In you me see the future leader and the future teacher and the future mother and the father of our children. And only you are control where your life goes. Only you are control where your life goes. Uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths pan the scene. Tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you see, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. Yeah, this is an uprising. For the youths on the scene. Tell them not to lose hope in life, no you see. We no want no fighting in our yard. Tell them we no want no fighting in our yard. We no want no hate in our yard. Tell them we no want no hate in our yard. We no want no negativity. Tell them we no want no negativity. Hey, we no 1% fight anymore, and we no 1% fight anymore. Listen up, rising, yeah. Listen up, rising, yeah. Listen up, rising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you listen up, rising, yeah. Listen up, rising, yeah. Listen up, rising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you listen up, rising, yeah. Listen up, rising, yeah. Listen up, rising. For the youths on the scene, tell them not to lose hope in life. No, you listen up, rising, yeah. Listen up, rising, yeah. Listen up, rising. Fresh Air Productions. Enough respect going out to Arif, Super Cooper, Love Child on the case, and feed the youths on the scene. Feed the youths on the scene. Time for the youths to rise up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, to the listening audience that's awaiting Wyre, he is here. He is here, okay? And I have all the questions lined up for him. All the persons that want to ask all the questions. Listen, I don't know about all the questions now, but I will try to get in as much, questions in between the music, okay? And I'm not going to hold Wyre to answering them. I will ask the pertinent questions. Hi, Wyre, how are you? How are you?
I'm good. Glad to be on your show.
Man, let me tell you, it's like a wave just now. You know, we had a lot of listeners listening to him from different countries, but it was like a wave. It's like your fans just started texting us and sending in messages and saying, okay, here's what we want to ask him, and can you play this song, and can you play Kingston Girl? And I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah, man, that's my army, man. That's my army.
I'm loving it. Shout out to Nigeria. Various persons texting me from there as well. Bobby, Cecile, we have Ezekiel, different persons that are just texting as well. You know what? I am going to take this time to big up all the countries that are clocking in right now. Okay?
Yeah, but you're blessed up Nigeria, bless up Bobby.
Bless up Uncle Susa out of Zimbabwe, okay? Zimbabwe in the house. Zimbabwe's in the house. We have Gambia. Gambia really loves Wyre, matter of fact. Gambia was...
Respect Gambia.
Gambia is here. Ghana is here.
Ghana, not respect.
Always here every week. South Africa, listen, they just, you name it. Johannesburg, Cape Town, Pretoria, Rustenburg.
Bless up my SA camp.
Well, you have a huge following in the UK. Did you know that?
Respect to my UK family up there.
Wow. UK, shout out to you. And there are fans across Europe and Canada as well. Okay, now something that I don't see quite too often, and a few persons that are clocking in right now out of Mauritius. Let me pronounce it correctly. Is it Mauritius? Mauritius.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a few persons in Mauritius. Now, sometimes they come and they disappear, and they come and they go. But boy, big up to Ifa Kush.
I haven't been there, man. I'd love to tour down there.
Yes, and to Ifa Kush producer, I see you as well. Thanks for tuning. Jamaica producers. Well. That was quite an interesting welcome. So Wyre.
Yes.
Over the years, you have had so many fans across the world. Okay.
Yeah. We give thanks for that.
Let me ask you, what is the most request song in terms when you go live to perform? What is the most requested song that persons want to see you perform?
Well, it actually depends on the region I'm performing at.
Okay.
For instance, in Nairobi, it's a different mix. A lot of people love the reggae side, so Kingston Girl is a favorite.
Yes.
Some of the old school tracks like Bless My Room. And of course, when I go to Tanzania and Uganda, they love dancehall. So tunes like Nakupenda Pia are really big on that side, or Mimi Nae.
Oh, speaking of Tanzania, shout out to Tanzania. I see Jen and I see Paul out of Tanzania as well. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. They're actually, happy that you're here, because actually one of the listeners says it's not very often we hear Wyre in an interview, but I've seen you do quite a few interviews across not just with myself but other persons. Am I correct?
Well, I am kind of picky with my interviews.
Ooh!
So
I'm honored right now.
Nah, your family. But I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show. And let's vibe. Send the questions. Keep them coming.
So what's quite interesting is that yesterday I told someone that you're picky. Right with you. So I told someone you were picky, but to hear you echo it, I hope that person is listening right now, so they understand that I did not lie to them. Wyre is very picky, okay? And he's picky. He's kind of like a little bit like myself. I there's an energy thing that goes on there, and in terms of me talking, I always tell people I only talk on Fridays when I have interviews. The rest of the week, I don't want to hear anything.
You're one of those as well.
Yeah, I just, I'm that kind of person. People hear me talk, and when they hear me talk on the show, they don't understand. I'm an introvert. I don't care too much about being in the limelight. I don't like to talk unless it's absolutely necessary. And so on Friday, I give this energy where people think that this is me all day. One of the things is that, I'm not a smoker, so I'm naturally high. I'm just naturally high when there's great music. So because within the hours that I'm on air, I'm playing good music, I exhume that energy, but I'm naturally high.
All right, then. Turn that into a song, huh?
Right. I think I will sell. Big up to Jamaica. Big up Jamaica, who is tuning in right now. Proverbs. Yes, I see you, Proverbs, sending your love. That's what's up. Oh.
Bless up, Proverbs, man.
Yes. So, Wyre, you've been to Jamaica before. Are you planning to go back anytime soon? Are you planning to go back to Jamaica anytime soon?
Yes. I've got my team up there, Health Cornerstone Entertainment, that I'm doing a couple of projects with up there. So we're definitely looking at traveling back there, maybe sometime early next year. But I loved it. The first time I was there, I really enjoyed the vibes, man. The people were so friendly. I got to shoot my video with Alaine in Kingston. So I really loved the vibe up there. I got to record at the Top Gang Studios. So for me, it was a very humbling experience just to be there and experience the culture, man. Only problem I had was the spicy food.
You don't like spicy food?
No, not at all.
I think I'm the only Jamaican that don't really like spicy food. Like my kids love spicy. Man. My kids could eat spicy food all day, and I'm looking at them like, oh, you guys are crazy.
Trust me, Jamaicans love their spice, man. So I had a big problem with spicy food up there.
We have that jerk chicken and all of that, So when you're in Jamaica, you had a chance to check out like the jerk chicken, and those guys are awesome.
Yeah. I went to what do you call it? Tracks and what's you saying? Bowls restaurant called Tracks and something? Tracks and Records. Something
like that. I am not a restaurateur person.
Yes. Yeah. So we had some jerk chicken up there, man. Big up Alaine. She was an amazing host. She managed to take me to a couple of studios. In fact, that's how I got onto the country bus rhythm, because she took me to Chimney Records, introduced me to Jordan, and yeah, we were good vibes in the studio.
You know, as I deal with so many artists, I've interviewed so many artists across this one-on-one music review show or various shows, you know, because I have more than one show. But all these artists that I've interviewed, they haven't had a chance to go to Jamaica. So to really talk to an artist who have been to Jamaica before and to hear you share your experience, oh my gosh, it makes me want to go home now. Now I'm homesick.
I loved it, and let me tell you what I found so interesting. The moment we got off the plane, and then you're walking through the terminal, and we passed about 3 cops on the way in. Then I heard them talking patois. I'm like, what? Y'all talk like this? They're like, what?
Hold on, you were breaking up. Say it again.
I'm saying I found it. I was passing Norman Manley Airport. And one of the passengers was speaking in patois. So I found it so cool. So it was so interesting.
Oh, to hear the cops speak patois.
Yeah, man. It's not the usual thing you hear on this side.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. But it's quite interesting as well that you had a chance to visit Jamaica and see what it's like. But even like I find in this modern day and age that someone in the US most recently, and I had to my head made a 360 because it is that I was speaking to the person perfect English. And they says, "Oh, okay. You have an accent." I said, "I'm Jamaican." Then my daughter called and I was talking patois with her. When I got off the phone, the person, "I didn't know Jamaicans speak English." I was like, "Excuse me?" What? My head's been like a 360, like, what? Exactly. Well, English is our first language. However, we do speak patois. We do it really good, especially, you see, I speak, I can speak that perfect English, like they say. However, if you get me upset, there's nothing you will hear except the patois. Okay, that's it.
That I noticed.
And we do it very fast, especially, and there's certain things that go along with it because I run track, so I was a sprinter, so we talk very fast. If you don't realize, a lot of sprinters talk very fast. So when you get upset, a whole other level. That's it. Okay?
Crazy.
All right. Well, our introduction is all about everything or whatever the audience is loving. We have all these questions that are coming in. Okay, let's jump to 2 of the questions, and we are going to jump to this Kingston Girl track that I would say Nairobi is texting me to play Kingston Girl, because most of the messages that are coming in about Kingston Girl is coming out of Nairobi. Okay? So, this...
I was really happy. I was really happy to be on that project because we shared the rhythm with quite a number of artists that I love, man. Grammy Morgan and Jamaica Morgan on their track. There was Taurus Riley. There was Alaine. So big up all the artists on the rhythm.
No, that's quite interesting because I never realized that. That was going to be one of my questions, but I didn't realize that Taurus Riley and Grammy Morgan and all these artists were actually part of this this track. I didn't realize that as well. So I'm gonna have to go check out that mix after. But to our listening audience, especially Nairobi, it's not only Nairobi that requested Kingston Girl, but a huge portion of persons that are requesting it are from Nairobi. There are other persons from different countries who would like to hear. Okay, Pete, out of Gambia. Yes, I'm going to play it right now. Okay. Kingston Girl, ladies and gentlemen.
My Nairobi family, man.
Nairobi loves you. Listen, we're going to play Kingston Girl, and we'll be right back with Wyre in just a few minutes. More questions.
On me throw me came across this island girl. Love child on the case. So we went back to the studio, Chimney Records. Hey, Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Complete is the way that me feel anytime you look at me. Me no want to try come out of this island. Been around and seen a lot of gal around AI, but none of them still caught me eye. See you that I want and I need in my life, AI. Me want to show you bit of me culture, so let me take you to a country that me call me yard. Down in East Africa, Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Me want to take you to a town called Nairobi. Take you on Panama tattoo the whole day. Take you to me family so that you know me. Make we eat that yama choma the whole day. Baby, come in on me yard. Let me show you how me want. Treat you from the start. Remember that? So let me take you to a country that me call me yard. Down in East Africa, Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. You don't need to think twice about it. No need to think twice, think twice. There's a first time for everything. First time for everything. Trust my words when I say I'ma treat you like royalty. Let me take you to the motherland. Let me treat you like a queen. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Yeah. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me? Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Nikupeleke hadi Kenya, come back home. Kingston girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. So, Kenya, and to everyone who requested Kingston Girl, there it is. You have it. Kingston Girl. And to all the new persons who are just tuning in, yes, you are here with Wyre, straight out of Kenya, okay? And the name of the track was Kingston Girl. So, Wyre, question.
Talk to me.
Question coming from you. Susan out of the UK.
Okay.
She would like to know, what inspired the Kingston Girl rendition?
Actually, the idea came up when I was in, of course, when I was in Juno. I need to write about a story of somebody who's not from Jamaica traveling there. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody who fell in love there and wanted to come back with a Jamaican girl.
And that's what the
so that was the theme of the
You're breaking up.
Hello? Yeah. So I'll say, I got the idea when I was in Iraq, when Jordan played me the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, let me do a story of a foreigner who's traveled to Jamaica and fell in love with this girl and asked her to come back home with her.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I love the storyline. And I love the song as well. I don't think I can beat Kenya listeners or Kenyan fans because they have been listening to this song longer than I have. I discovered you over the years, but Kenya has you for so much years, and their support, their undying support is just phenomenal, because there are so many Kenyans right now that are clocked in and listening You know,
bless up my Kenyan family, man.
yes, yes. So as we talk about Kingston Girl, you know, and
Yeah.
you kind of like went to Jamaica, you got the key, and unlocked a lot of different things and experiences there. Is it safe to say that reggae music is your preference in terms of genre?
Yes, over the years, that's what's happened. I started off experimenting, you know, with different genres. You know, R&B, you know, fused it with the dance hall thing. But you know, over the years, my catalog has really grown to be more of reggae, and my fans have really gravitated to that way. You know what I mean? So ever since I was in the Necessary Noise group, some of our biggest hits were reggae. Tunes like Bless My Room, tunes like Kenyan Girl. That was all reggae back then. So and Kenyans love reggae, man. On this side, there's a huge fan base when it comes to reggae music. Yes, dancehall is bigger as well, but not as massive as reggae on this side. So I dabbled in both.
Well, speaking of reggae music playing in Kenya, I have a few persons on my show, or even a few of my own Jamaicans, which have been telling about not just Kenya, but the different African countries, that how celebrated reggae is within Africa. Like, let's talk about Kenya, for instance. It's like, I think being in Kenya within a 24-hour period, 24 of those hours I'm listening to reggae. If I go to the store, if I go into a gas station, wherever I go, there's reggae music playing. To the point where I had to say to a friend of mine, it's like, wait a minute, what happened to you guys' traditional music?
No, listen, the music came from here first. You remember, they were Africans before they went to Jamaica.
My God.
So these are the roots, but it just came back home. Let's just say the music came back home.
Wow. Yes,
you know
yes,
I mean?
yes.
But yeah, the culture is huge here. Every night there's a reggae night in a club in Nairobi. You know what I mean? Some of the biggest reggae concerts and festivals are held in Kenya as well. Anytime, you know, a Jamaican artist comes to perform, the numbers are huge, man. We're looking forward to having Itana come this October, man, for our next concert. And her album was named the Swahili name Pamoja.
But don't you have a track on? Don't you have a track on that album as well?
Yes. I was privileged to be able to feature on that album. Big up Itana for featuring me on the album. We did a song called "The One," a lovers rock tune, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully shoot the video when she's around.
Well, you know, I love Etana. I really, really, really love her music. I kind of wish that I was going to be there in October, but no, it can't happen. It can't happen. So can you guys just keep her there till December or something?
We'll send you a few clips.
Yeah.
We'll send you the clips, no worries, man.
One of the things is that I've never seen Etana in concert. That's one of my things. I need to see.
She's amazing.
I need to see Etana in concert.
She's a vocal powerhouse. And you know what? I love how she writes her music. She's an amazing writer. Mm-hmm. But first time I ever saw her perform was at the Irama Awards, actually, because I was nominated and I was performing as well.
Right.
In Miami. And she did a set just after my performance, and she killed it, man. She did an amazing show. And then I opened for her twice in Nairobi, actually. First at the Carnival, and she came down with Taurus Riley.
Yeah. And
then she did her own show, and then I also opened then for her. So yeah, man. She's one artist I really respect when it comes to the art, man, and she's a powerhouse when it comes to reggae music.
Pretty awesome. Well, speaking of Etana itself, herself, and wanting to see her in concert, somebody else that I would like to see is Alaine. I've actually interviewed Alaine a few months ago on this show. Yeah? Yes, and she says, send my shout outs to Wyre. So now you are sending shout outs to Alaine. She was here a few months ago. Such a nice soul. She's boy, when you're talking about an artist that's humble and is so talented, that's Alaine for you.
She's amazing, and she's very talented, man. She really introduced me to a lot of people in the media when I came to Jamaica. She was an amazing host.
Yes.
She introduced me to video directors, to the top selectors, to the radio hosts, top producers, man. So big up Alaine for making that link, man, because it really helped.
Yes, she's a beautiful soul.
And she sang Swahili.
Oh yeah. Yes. That's another thing as well, is like as Jamaicans who speak various languages as well, and some persons don't realize, but we actually in depending on which high school you go to, which I don't know if it has changed over the years, but for myself, when I attended high school, there was 4 languages, and you had to learn one of the languages apart, from your regular English. So I knew Spanish and I knew French from high school. So I graduated out of school already knowing 2 of those languages, and throughout the years being able to add 6 more, so being able to speak 9, but Swahili is not one of them. Now,
Wait, you added 6 more?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it helps, it helps with writing for the artist. It helps when it is that they, to help with their production. It helps to have a conversation. But it's kind of interesting because Kenya is like my first love in terms of African country. Though I don't want any other country on this line to be jealous. I love all of the countries, all of them. One of the reasons why it is in terms of Kenya, because of what it is that I do as a profession. This is the best country to be in because of my profession, because of the music, because of the track and field that's attached to what I do. And also, it's the gateway into Africa. When you're talking about the reggae artists getting into Kenya, I think before COVID, every week there was a reggae artist performing in Kenya. Am I correct?
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was insane. Every weekend there was a Jamaican artist performing in Kenya. That's how much they love reggae.
That's crazy. But I know Zimbabwe, Gambia, and Ghana are also big on reggae, man.
No, all the countries are big on reggae. All of them are big on reggae.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love about Kenya is specifically is because it adopted what used to happen in Jamaica, and I say used to. I can wake up 2:00 in the morning and go to a club in Kenya. You can't do that in Jamaica no more because they're shutting off the music. To me, it's becoming very Americanized, and all of the other stuff that goes along with it. But in Kenya, I can wake up 2:00 and go to a club, and Kenyans, they party all night.
Full sound system culture, man, still going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, big up all the sound systems, by the way, man. From Dr. Family to More Spice to Tear Gas Entertainer, man. Massive shout out to all the selectors out there, man. Pushing the reggae and dancehall culture.
For sure. Well, as we speak about Alaine, I'm going to jump to Nakapenda Pia, and I'll be right back with more Wyre.
Say that again?
Nakapenda.
Pronounce that again.
I said Nakapenda Pia. That's not correct?
Well, you tried. It's Naku, not Naku Penda. Not Nako.
You see, that's the reason why it took me so long to get into Swahili. Because Kenyans will correct you right away. Over in Ghana, they don't do that when I'm talking to it. Even if I say it incorrectly, they're like, afterwards, they're like, Miss Rose, this is how you say it. Kenyans correct you right away. It's like, what did you just say? They don't care. They stop you. All right. We're going to listen to, say it, Wyre. Nakupenda. Nakupenda.
Yeah, that's it.
Nakupenda Pia, featuring Alaine with Wyre. Okay? Enjoy. We'll be right back.
Said you want a man. Said you want a man.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wyre, Alaine. Oh,
Love Child Records. Said you want want a man who be faithful. She don't want a man who be so ungrateful. She don't need a love to be painful. More time for your heart, she be grateful.
Why you make me wanna say nakupenda pia pia, aha nakupenda pia. You make me wanna say nakupenda pia pia, aha nakupenda pia pia pia.
She don't care about me background story and thing. All she wants in life is oneness and thing. Saying to myself, me want this fine thing. Put me game in check to say the right thing. Listen, yeah, let me put a ring on it. Share it to me name, let her make you one call it. Them call me love child, consider me on it. Coming on me tongue, let me show you how me run it. She want a man who be faithful. She don't want a man who be so ungrateful. She don't need a love to be painful. More time for your heart, she be grateful.
Why you make me wanna say nakupenda pia pia, aha nakupenda pia. You make me wanna say nakupenda pia pia, aha nakupenda pia. Why we teach me Swahili? Love in every language, yeah me want feel it. I mean really, deeply, completely. Diverse class from Kingston straight to Nairobi. Don't wanna be lonely. Oh, oh, oh. This a loving, this a loving, this a loving gas spoil. Oh, oh, oh. Come make we bring forth another love child.
Said she want a man who be faithful. She don't want a man who be so ungrateful. She don't need a love to be painful. More time for your heart, she be grateful.
Why you make me wanna say nakupenda pia pia, aha nakupenda pia. You make me wanna say nakupenda pia pia, aha nakupenda pia pia pia. Oh, what a ting ting ting. The love you give me make me sing sing sing. Oh, what a ting ting ting. You treat me good, me African king. I be a queen from Jamaica. I cook your dinner, teach you patois. And when you're stressed, I'll make it better. I'll rub your head, massage your shoulder.
Never met an empress like Alaine. Feel love me one wait pon the rain. Ecstasy she go and get when I strain. Want to give you a little taste of me game. She grind properly when she wine in front of me. Show me that truly she be Jamaican and know a thing. Dirty wine and everything that you come with it. And now me love it when she said she want a man who be faithful. She don't want a man who be so ungrateful. She don't need a love to be painful. More time for your heart, she be grateful.
Why you make me wanna say nakupenda pia pia, aha nakupenda pia. You make me wanna say nakupenda pia pia, aha nakupenda pia.
Said she want a man who be faithful. She don't want a man who be so ungrateful. She don't need a love to be.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Nakupenda Pia. Wyre corrected me. I'm telling
Finally,
you,
you got it.
I think that's the 10th language that I'm going to learn. I have to learn Swahili. I'm so intrigued, It's kind of a reversed thing going on in terms of me learning Swahili. Like when I'm in Kenya and someone is speaking Swahili, I'm so intrigued. I'm like, oh, okay. One of these days I want to talk like that. When it's on that side,
no time, trust me.
we're on the other end. Jamaicans, people like to hear Jamaicans talk and talk patois and stuff like that. So yeah, quite interesting. So yes, the audience is loving this song. Well, they love everything that you produce and everything that I play. The audience is just like so in tune to it. So you visited Jamaica. You had a chance to hook up with Alaine. As I said before, I have had her on the show. She's a beautiful soul, very down to earth, humble, and a true professional that she is. So you have worked with Alaine, you have worked with Etana, you have worked with Grammy Morgan. Now you have called some names.
Yeah, Peter and Grammy Morgan.
Right, and we are talking about huge artists in the business. From time to time, I always say this. I am trying to get a feature, which, on, for instance, one of your songs. Myself. I'm not as big as Grammy Morgan or Etana or Alaine. Is it something that you'll consider? I want to be able to just 4 bars. That's it.
Yes. I'm all about networking, man. Music is about crossing borders and working with new acts.
New acts.
One secret to keep the brand alive is definitely working with new artists. So I don't limit myself to working with only established artists. As long as the vibe is right and the end product can be magical, let's make it work, man.
I love it. I love that response. I love it. This is my first time asking an artist that on this show, and I love that response because I work in this music scene, and there are artists that it's like, if you're not on the same wavelength as them, they're not going to even give you the time of day. They want to know that you are on the same wavelength and are going to be able to, for whatever reason. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
I believe, see, different artists have different characters, man. So maybe what I'm comfortable with is not what another artist
is, yeah.
But yeah, I'm, especially being a producer, and I've worked with so many artists in the past, and I've seen the struggle. I've seen what it takes to try and turn your name into a brand. So whatever I can do on my end to also be able to lend a hand to somebody else, to break through in the industry. I mean, let's do it. But as long as the quality is not compromised, and we make it sound right.
Yep. I agree. I totally agree. So you have worked with some of the top artists out of Jamaica. As we look at the numbers and the different artists that are available right now, there are a few quite well that I think would interest you. Are there any other artists out of Jamaica that when we talk about that you like to collaborate with? Is there anyone in mind that you yourself would like to collaborate with?
Yeah, sure. Okay, right now I'm listening to a lot of Dexter Dubs.
Dexter Dubs? I love Dexter Dubs. His wordplay is insane.
Sorry?
His wordplay is insane. Wordplay. He's
an amazing singer and DJ. He's an amazing singer. I like his sound. Of course, I'm the biggest Junior Gong fan.
Yes, Junior Gong.
Yeah. I'm a big Junior Gong fan. And I guess also from the old school, I would love to work with Don Carlos.
Huh. Well, I may just have a link, or know a person who know a person and know a person, because I would love to hear a Wyre and Don Carlos. In terms of Dexter Dubs,
Don, man. The first album I ever owned was a Don Carlos thing.
And Don Carlos is huge in Kenya. Kenya really loved Don Carlos. That I know as a fact.
Yeah, man, he really inspired me when I was starting out. So trust me. Yeah.
Dexter Dubs wordplay. Him and what's his name? Agent Sasko. They're the master.
Sasko's bad news, man.
Him and Sasko, their wordplay are insane. Yes. Now, another thing as well. Every time I ask a male artist, would you like to collaborate with? I'm hearing all the male. What about the female? What about the female?
Mm-hmm. I'm loving Shensea's sound. When it comes to the singers, I'm a big Queen Africa fan. Queen Africa, I love her.
Yes. Very unique.
Amazing sound.
Yes. I know someone that you might want to think about collaborating with. Because for some reason, I see you and this artist like doing amazing song and a video. You ready?
Yeah.
Lila Ike.
Yeah, who's that? Oh my god. Okay. How did I forget?
Lila Ike. Yes, I see you and Lila Ike. Like seriously.
I'm a big Lila Ike fan.
You are.
I love her sound. She brought a whole new vibe. She's got soul in reggae fused with dancehall. Man, fresh new sound. Loving her sound. Wow.
Well, didn't know you were a fan, so see, I picked them, Well,
make the link.
I think you and Leila will do well. Yeah. That nice bubblegum, quick, I see it. Because especially, you got Kenya lock. Not only do you have Kenya lock, you have all these different countries. I have South Africa that have reached out to me and told me that they've been listening to you for years. We have Paulus out of South Africa, Pablos, Pablos, that told me he has been listening to Wyre for ages. It makes you look old. Pablos, he's not that old. But Pablo said he has been listening to for a good while now, and he really loves everything. He says you haven't done a
Big
bad
up Pablo,
song.
man. Respect.
Yeah, he says that you haven't done a bad song in your career. So that means he has been following your career, that he could make that statement. So I guess he knows everything, Wyre. It's like me and Lucky Dubé. I don't think Lucky Dubé could do any wrong, because he's been my favorite since I was growing up. So this is Pablo saying, he said you have never done a bad song in your career, and he has actually listened to all your songs before.
Thank you, Pablo. Appreciate, man. I'm humbled, man.
Well, speaking of songs, I'm not sure if Pablo's has this song that we're about to play. The name of this track is Shujaa. Shujaa. Well, I don't...
Say that again?
To our audience, listen, I'm going to make Wyre say the name of this song. I do know what it means, though. That much I know. So, what's the name of the song? Wyre.
The name of the song is Shujaa.
Shujaa. Shujaa.
And Shujaa is Swahili for hero. I released the song just at the beginning of the pandemic, because a lot of people were in a confused state, man. People are losing close friends and family. People are losing jobs. So there's so much uncertainty in the world, man. So I was giving people hope, telling them, listen, you can come out a hero out of any situation that you're in.
And that is so correct. That is so correct. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, you have something else to say? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, big up J Vibe for producing the tune, man.
Oh, I was gonna come back and ask you about all of that. So you get to bring up J Vibe twice, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play Shujaa, and we'll be right back to wrap up this interview with Wyre. At least I know I got his name right. Wyre, okay? We'll be right back.
Some of that positive vibe. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, Lion. With the youth from the scene. Yeah. How long will you wait for it to see what you will make for? Wewe ni shujaa usichoke. Shujaa usichoke. How long will you wait for it to see what you will make for? Wewe ni shujaa usichoke. Shujaa usichoke. Me want to tell you how me really feel without deceit. Cause when me look at life, it's like a journey and repeat. No threatening on me life would ever make a boy retreat. Anything it take a boy to succeed, me happy do it. This journey kinda long, but then we can't take defeat. And any thoughts I given on me just go and delete. Me know me see the light at the end of the tunnel. Judge be me guide, know me can't fumble. The journey of life, keep walking. Don't stop, keep walking. Lazima ujikaze. Baraka za Mola usipate. In the journey of life, keep walking. Don't stop, keep walking. Lazima ujikaze. Baraka za Mola usipate. How long will you wait for it to see what you will make for? Wewe ni shujaa usichoke. Shujaa usichoke. How long will you wait for it to see what you will make for? Wewe ni shujaa usichoke. Shujaa usichoke. Only for tribulation, you know you're bound to meet. And with no dedication, you can't stand the heat. You can't find no shortcut, nobody try cheat. You're running out of time, but you can't take a seat. Voices in your head keep telling you retreat. Me know it's really tempting and really hard to beat. Me know me see the light at the end of the tunnel. Judge be me guide, know me can't fumble. How long will you wait for it to see what you will make for? Wewe ni shujaa usichoke. Shujaa usichoke. How long will you wait for it to see what you will make for? Wewe ni shujaa usichoke. Shujaa usichoke. How long will you wait for it to see what you will make for?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I will give you the spelling of this song, Shujaa. Shujaa. Did I get it right now?
Yeah, Shujaa. Yeah.
Shujaa. I'm going to practice that. But as well, I am going to study Swahili because I think it's important for me to know Swahili. I think the reason why I get away with it is because Kenyan speaks English, could vibe in English. So, unlike where it is, I'm talking to somebody else in another country, and they're doing a half of their language and a half English, and I'm like, okay, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna have to learn the language. Well, yes. So the Shujaa track, let's talk about it. It's produced by J Vibe. J Vibe, Grammy nominated.
Grammy Award-winning producer.
Grammy Award-winning producer J Vibe out of Florida. Yeah. So there's depths to Wyre. You see what I'm saying? So I am always so honored to speak to him. I am honored to have you on the show. This is not the first time you've been here. However, it is always great when you stop in and that positive energy and that vibe. Yes, loving it.
Anytime your family, man.
Yes, and I love your music. I love your music because it is that. I was talking to an artist about 2 days ago. New artist out the gate, and something that I shared with him, and I said, listen to me. You are an awesome artist. So now it is that you want to pay attention to the music you put out. The mixing, the mastering, the persons that you put on your songs. Because you could be a great artist, but you put somebody on one of your songs and it doesn't match, and the mix wasn't match and everything. And that just kills your creativity and person who really loved your sound. So now they start referring to you as like a one-hit wonder and whatever else. What I like about your music is that it's professional across the board. Anything that I pick up that says Wyre, I am going to get a similar sound. And it's similar in terms of professionalism. So appreciate you coming through.
It's good to know.
Do you have any last minute shout outs? And if you can plug your social media.
I just want to big up everyone who's tuned in tonight, man. Big up from all corners, man.
Yes.
All of Africa. You told me there's people from Canada. Big up my SA fam. Nigeria. Big up Nairobi. Always, they never let me down, man. Big up the UK. Big up Jamaica. Big up everyone who's tuned in. I really appreciate. Keep spreading the love. Let's. If there's anything the world needs right now, it's love, man. So let's keep spreading it through music, man. My socials, just look for Wyre the Love Child, Wyre DA Love Child on Twitter, Wyre DA Love Child on Instagram. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, once again, it's a pleasure having you come in. To our listening audience who would like a copy of Shujaa, Shujaa, hit me up. By Wyre, whatever, just hit me up and tell me what you'd like. I'm giving away copies of Shujaa. That's what we do here on the One-on-One Music Review Show, okay? And this song is available across the digital platforms. It's also available for streaming. So you can hit up Spotify and keep it moving, all right? As well, look out for him across the social media platforms. That's Wyre the Love Child, okay? This has been the One-on-One Music Review Show. Thanks for tuning in each and every week and checking us out in the Music Lab. As well, our capital home is International Stars. That's INTL STARZ. Now, for a more intimate approach, and if it is that you like to get to me faster, you can check out my Instagram, Infinite Empress. That's INFINITEMPRESS. Just as long as you do not ask for anything else than music, okay? We'll be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you for the past 3 hours. Flew by so quickly. Wyre, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Yes. So to all our listening audience, enjoy the rest of this song, Shujaa, and I will see you across the pond.
Wewe ni shujaa, usichoke.